Super investor Bill Ackman just took a huge stake into this stock right here. This is Hertz Global with Pershing Square. They now own 5% of this entire company right here. And check this out. Literally just on the news of Bill Ackman buying the stock. The company went from, the day before it went from $3 to right now it's $8 a share. So the stock has literally doubled just on the news of Bill Ackman taking a stake into the company. And in this video, we're going to do some analysis on this company. Is there any real value here? And look in the top right, this whole company's worth 2.37 billion. Obviously, they're up 35% today. So before today, the market cap would be 35% lower. But let's remember that the whole company right now is worth $2.4 billion exactly. And this is what really scares me, really scares me. Literally just in net income in the past year, they've lost well over $2 billion of net income. Actually, they've lost nearly 2.6 billion of net income just in the past year, and the whole company were 2.4. So they've lost more net income than they made. Remember, this company used to be a decent investment. They used to make net income every quarter, but now they're burning so much money. And not only are they burning a lot of net income, but they also lost the growth behind that. So the sales are down 7%, and the net income is super negative. On top of that, if we go to the balance sheet right here, this is not what you want to see. If you look at the assets and the liabilities, they are now the exact same. They used to have a lot more assets and liabilities, but now the liabilities are pretty much the same as their assets. So we'll dig a little bit more into the balance sheet right here. So right now, this company has $592 million of cash. So $590 million of cash. Cash interest paid $200 million. Wait, how much debt do they have? So they have $16 billion of debt. And yeah, here's the diluted normalized EPS. They used to make, this is basically the net income per share. Now they're losing a lot of money every quarter. But yeah, that really is a lot of interest payment. They're paying $260 million of interest a quarter. That is not good. But let's see. If we go to the total common shares outstanding, so you have been slightly diluted year over year. You've been diluted 0.5%. So yeah, it looks like they haven't bought back any stock in the past year. It looks like they used to when they Whoa, they won quarter back in 2021, spent $2.5 billion buying back their own stock just in one quarter. So, there could be some hope here for Hertz Globals, for Hertz Rental, but we really want to see this company get profitable. I mean, they're still well down from their IPO price. They were going bankrupt. If Bill Ackman did not take a stake in a Hertz Global, this company was almost for sure going to go bankrupt. They're literally losing so much money, and that's real. Those are real net income losses. A lot of this is literally the negative interest payments, negative $200 million a quarter just from interest payments. So I'd be really careful with this one. I would just look elsewhere. Nothing's really blowing me away. You can rent a car from them. I'm not too sure. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. Maybe there's some hidden gem in Hertz Global that Bill Ackman knows that I don't, but I'm just staying away from that one. And here is Bill Ackman's entire portfolio. He has a $12.6 billion portfolio, pretty crazy. And yeah, here's some of his popular stocks, like 15% is in BN, then QSR. They own Burger King, I believe. But look, here's Hertz Global right here. Here's the stock he just bought. I'm actually glad that this is only 0.37% of his portfolio. I personally think, again, not financial advice, this is an extremely risky company. I couldn't even touch this one with a 12-foot pole. It's so risky. But yeah, he has $50 million in this stock. That's a lot of money, but for him, it's only 0.37% of his portfolio. He owns a lot of other popular stocks, like he owns Google. He owns in Nike as well. Dang, he has a huge stake in Nike. It's 11% of his portfolio now. I actually feel bad about that move. I actually just completely sold out of Nike. I wish what happened was I sold Nike and then they kept on going up after, but their stock is heavily suppressed and the tariffs haven't even hit the company yet. So they're already having a ton of issues before the tariffs have even hit. So yeah, I actually just completely sold out of Nike at $79. I remember when Bill Ackman initially took a stake into Nike. Actually, I think it was on this day right here. Literally, Bill Ackman took a stake. It went up like 5%. I don't remember exactly, but here's why I'm just going to stay away from Nike for right now. I might actually look to buy this one in the future. I am kind of emotionally attached to Nike. I do like them, but look, sales are down 10%, net income's down 32%, and check this out. If we look at the net margin, it's down 25%. So the net margins have collapsed, and that's before the tariffs have hit them. Yeah, if you go to their footwear business, the shoe sales, it's down 12% year over year. So unfortunately, Nike has just lost their growth. But also check this out right here. The cool thing is you get a nice 3% dividend, but if you look at this right here, You see the payout ratios of 40%. The payout ratio is unfortunately much higher than that. So if you look right here, the cash dividend or the dividend cost 40 cents a quarter from EPS. So the dividend cost 40 cents a quarter. Well, let me show you what the analysts are expecting in terms of EPS. Well, this quarter they reported 54 cents. So that's already a really high payout ratio. But next quarter, analysts are expecting only 11 cents of net of EPS that can't even afford the dividend. In the next quarter after, it's only 34 cents. So anyway, I'm being super careful in Nike. I unfortunately think they might have more room to fall down, but I don't want to sound super bearish. Again, I'm not an expert. Like, you could lose a lot of money on a stock like I did right here. So I think unfortunately Hertz Global will just be another one that just slowly bleeds out over time. Even though Bill Ackman has a stake in the company, they just burn so much net income. I just can't think of that as a reasonable investment. But or maybe it could be a fun swing trade, fun gamble, like I've seen another stock. Yeah, dude, RIP United Health, they're down 22%. But look at Webull stock. You know, this company went from literally they IPO'd $10 to $70. They were up 700%. Now they're back down to 31 right now. But yeah, they're a $14 billion company. They're like half the size of a Robinhood. But yeah, dude, United Health Group, look at this. This is really depressing. They've lost over like 80 billion of market cap today. This was a $585 stock, and now this is a 22% move for a $414 billion company. That's ridiculous. And so what happened was they just reported earnings today. They cut their guidance. The costs are rising. So I need to do some more research on this, but it's the worst day in 25 years for United Health Group. I might actually look to buy more of them. I need to do a bit more deep dive into their fundamentals there. But yeah, another stock that Bill Ackman owns is Google. And of course, we all know Google. I'll be quick about this one, but they actually lost an antitrust case today. Actually, if we look at them, yeah, you can kind of see this huge initial drop. Let me actually scroll in a little bit more. Let me go to the like 1 minute chart here, or let me go to the 5 minute chart. So yeah, you can kind of see exactly on this candle is when they lost the case, but they've kind of slightly recovered from them. Anyway, they lost an advertising monopoly case. The judge thinks they're a monopoly, but here's what's so crazy about Google. This is a great buy and hold forever kind of stock. The valuation is so low. Look at the revenue. The revenue is up 11. The net income is up 28%. So they're growing their net margins by 15% year over year. That's ridiculous. For Google to grow their net margin 15% is crazy because their revenue is 96 billion. If you can get an extra, 14% net margin on 100 billion a quarter, that's literally an extra like billions every single quarter, which is crazy. And they own so many businesses. Google owns Android, they own YouTube, they have their own quantum chip, they own DoubleClick. They own Waymo. Yeah, if we go to just the Google Cloud right here, they just acquired Wiz. It's a cybersecurity company. So this is going to help the Google Cloud revenue grow even more. Just the Google Cloud business is up 30% year over year. I mean, that's phenomenal growth. And I forgot to show you, yeah, look at the PE. It's historically extremely cheap. Google's really trading at 19 times net income. I mean, that seems pretty fair to me. I mean, I know the monopoly case is hurting them, but should Google really be trading at 19 times net income? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this whole video. Are you buying Hertz Globals? Or Hertz Global, Hertz Rental? They keep on going up. They're now up 42%. They're over $8 now. So, the company could just keep on going up. But this is one. I mean, just a quick look at the financials and the net income losses. I couldn't just not buy this stock. But anyway, please drop a like on the video for me. It really helped me out. I just like showing you my honest thoughts. I also do stock portfolio updates on this video. Yeah, check out my most previous video right here. I just did a 3-year stock portfolio update. If Robinhood would load here, geez, yeah, my phone is so slow for some reason. Hey, look at that. Initially we were down on the day. Now we're up 0.5% on the day. So hey, let's go. Anyway, this video is getting long. See you guys in the next one.